Hello, my name's Miranda, and I'm a textile technician at Testfabrics. Today, I'm going to demonstrate how to use a Testfabrics forensic pack. The forensic packs are educational tools used in fiber identification. In the kit, you will receive multifiber fabric, single fiber fabric, and textile identification stain. Multifiber fabric is a piece of fabric with multiple fibers woven together in horizontal bands. Each band represents a fiber type. For example, multifiber number 49 has 8 different bands, which means 8 different fiber types: acetate, cotton, nylon, polyester, acrylic, silk, viscose, and wool. We have included 4 different types of multifiber fabric for you to try. They all have different variations of fiber types in them. Also enclosed in the package are 8 different fabrics pre-cut into 2-inch by 2-inch squares. These are all the fabrics represented in multifiber fabric, specifically number 49. Once everything is stained, these blank fabrics will match in color to the respected fiber band in the multifiber fabric. You will receive 3 types of textile identification stain. We call these TIS, T-I-S. For short. TIS number 1 is designed to identify natural fibers. TIS number 3A is used to identify natural and synthetic fibers. TIS number 4 isn't widely used, but it also identifies natural and synthetic fibers. Today, we are going to demonstrate how to use textile identification, or TIS 3A. Before you start staining, here are some items you will need. A 1/4 teaspoon measuring spoon. A stainless steel spoon for stirring. A pot capable of taking heat, and one preferably you will not eat out of again. And a measuring cup. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to mix the textile identification stain. First, we're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of stain. So for every 1/4 teaspoon, you will add 4 cups of water into your pot. One, 2, 3, 4. We're going to heat this up for a little bit, just to get it simmering a little. So you can use your kitchen. Here at Testfabrics, we've got a fancy burner. To begin, we're going to heat the water a little bit on this fancy burner. We just want to simmer it, get it a little bit warm before we add the stain. So I've let the water heat up for about 5 to 10 minutes. You just want to see the little bubbles start rising to the top. It's just getting ready to simmer. See? We're now ready to add Textile Identification stain to our heated water. This is TIS number 3A, used for natural and synthetic fiber identification. In the package, you will receive Textile Identification stain in powder form. You will receive an MSDS sheet for the stain. You should read this thoroughly before handling any kind of material made out of powder. It tells you what to do, it tells you not to eat it, it tells you when it will burn, but mostly it tells you how to be safe with it. So please take the MSDS sheet seriously and read it through. Also, it's recommended that you use gloves. Textile identification stain is pretty powerful stuff, and most people don't like getting it on their hands, so we recommend wearing gloves when handling any kind of stain or dye material. We're going to scoop 1/4 teaspoon of stain into the pot. About that much. Now we're going to let this come to a slow rolling boil. That'll take about 10 minutes. We're starting to boil. That's what the textile identification stain looks like before you stir it. Use your stainless steel spoon to stir the dye mixture before adding the fabric. You can lower your heat a little bit, but you still want it to simmer when the fabric's inside. Stir it like soup, like a figure 8. But mindful, it is hot. Now we're ready for the fun part. We get to add the fabric to the boiling stain. So first, let's start with the single fiber fabrics you received in the forensic pack. We'll use one fabric from each bag so you can have an idea of what's in the multi-fiber fabric. We'll start in order. The first fiber in the multi-fiber fabric is acetate. So here we have style 154, and we're going to put one piece of acetate in. Bloop. Then we're going to add cotton. That's the next fiber band on the multi-fiber fabric. You don't have to go in this order though. So we'll add 1 square of the cotton 400. Then nylon comes next. That's our style 361. After nylon comes polyester, style 777. After 77, we have acrylic fiber, style 864. After 864 comes our silk, style 609. After silk, there is viscose, style 266. And finally, our last fiber, which begins with the letter W, is wool. Now we're going to add 2 pieces of multi-fiber fabric. Number 49. So this fabric contains the same 8 fabrics we put into the pot. So those fabrics should match the color of this multi-fiber fabric. Let's see. You put it in a pot. And you want to stir it around. If I've learned one thing in textiles, it's that dyeing and staining requires heat and agitation. Wow, we've already got all the color we're going to get. It's really amazing how this stuff really absorbs. We're not actually dyeing the fabric though. We're only staining the fabric. You have to use fabric dyes to dye the fabric. And also you need to do it in certain ways. So we'll leave that in the pot for about 5 minutes. That's more than enough time. It still has some heat, so there's a little rolling boil, and we'll let that sit. We're now ready to rinse off our pieces and see how all the fibers identified themselves. Be careful. You're dealing with a very hot substance. Use caution. We're going to rinse off the pieces with cold water. You can also use warm water and a little soap if you want to get them very clean. We are now ready to see how the fibers identified. Well, here's your multi-fiber fabric. Acetate turns orange. Cotton turns blue. Nylon green. Polyester a whitish yellow. Acrylic hot pink. Silk purple. Viscose violet, blue, light blue. And wool is a dark blue. The first fabric we have looks like wool. It's kind of a greenish blue and matches the fiber on the bottom of the multi-fiber fabric. Next, we have viscose, which is kind of a violet purple. Next, it's going to be silk, which comes up a very dark purple. After silk, we have acrylic, which is hot pink, one of the favorite colors of TIS number 3A. After acrylic, polyester. It looks like it didn't take very much stain at all, but that's normal for polyester. It's supposed to look this yellowy red color. After polyester, we have nylon, which comes out quite green. After nylon, we have cotton, which is a bluish purple, more blue than purple. And lastly, acetate, which is a bright orange. So there you have it. You have a piece of multi-fiber fabric and the corresponding single fiber fabrics of the same fiber type. You can mix the other textile identification stains in the same way as you did with TIS3A. The procedure is the same for all 3 different stains. Good luck and happy staining!